assistant, Heather, she's gonna go ahead and rev to about 35. So while she's in there, here's the Evo 10, the upper intercooler pipe, which I'm gonna be changing. So as you guys can tell, it does squeeze. So I'm gonna let her rev. It's gonna expand, maybe, I'm not too sure. You're gonna visibly see it. But I wanna see if there's any noise changes as well. So. I say good morning everybody, and as you can tell the hood's popped open. Today's gonna be the install of Ultimate Racing's upper intercooler pipes. This was the stock Rallier 2015 upper intercooler pipe, Evo 10s, and I'm upgrading to Ultimate Racing's, okay? This one is thinner than the Evo 10s, and then this is solid compared to what these guys have, and it's more of a hose which expands under boost and pressure. So the hard pipe, that should solve the expansion and ballooning effect of these guys. So real quick, you might have questions on this. If you go to ultimateracing.com, they have two sets of upper intercooler pipe. So the first one will come from your turbo outlet all the way to about here, I think it is. And then they have a second piece which comes from here, down the elbow, right through here to the front mount. So I ended up getting the full set. And this is the elbow that I'm talking about. Alright, so I'll come from down here pretty much up to here. If you have the full set, it's going to require you to remove the bumper and everything. That way you get access to down here. If you just get the upper portion, you'll be removing this, and you'll be removing this guy. They're both Phillip heads. By the way, shout out to Sears, because I bought a crazy nice toolbox for about 250 bucks. And I'm going to be breaking it in today as well. So this is what I'm talking about. I think it has like 400 something tools in here, but yeah, I'll be busting into it today. So you want to make sure you loosen the clamp enough to it goes over this little hump. So inside the little groove in here, you just want to make sure this gets past that groove. That way you can take it off with ease. Slide up. All right. So once both those clamps are off, you're just gonna shimmy it off. Oh man, that is on there. Just gonna shimmy it off and then get this front piece off. You gotta use a can of man or a woman to really get this thing off though. So just to update you guys, got the upper intercooler piping off, one clamp, and one clamp. So good news is I got it off. Bad news is I lost that top piece of the clamp. So what happened was I was trying to wiggle this one off. While that was happening, that top clamp fell off. Word of advice is make sure you keep a good handle on those things. Either remove them once you get it off of here, or just be careful, because it originally fell down here. Went to grab it, and then it fell down even further. And the bad news is I didn't hear it hit the ground, and it's not on the ground. So now I gotta waste more time for an easy job for the unwarranted maintenance side of things, and that's the stuff that can go wrong. So word of advice, don't do what I did. And now I gotta go find this piece. What I pretty much did was I went to remove those little bolts right there, try to flip up the exhaust manifold cover, try to get a better look back there. Still couldn't find anything. So the car is jacked up. I'm gonna go ahead and try to find this clamp, and wish me luck. Alright, I don't know if you guys can tell where I'm at, but here's your cat. There's your downpipe. And there is my clamp. Let me see if I can zoom in. There's my clamp. Yeah, good thing I jacked this car up. There would have been no other way to really get that. If you drop it, this is what you're gonna be doing. So hopefully you guys listen to me and take accountability of your clamps. Bingo. Woo! Time to get out of here, because I'm way too big to be under this car. This is ridiculous. Damn you, clamp, you just costed me like another half an hour on this job, which should have been super easy. Let's go ahead and install that upper half of this upper intercooler pipe. Alright, before we install this thing, I want to let you guys know you have two options to install this upper intercooler pipe. You can use a 7mm ratchet extension and socket, or you can use a flathead. So what you want to do is go ahead and do one last little inspection, make sure there's no cracks, bumps or anything along the whole pipe. Once you're good, what I did is I loosened up this end right here, that way it can go on to a little turbo outlet a lot easier. Hold the clamp while you put it on, that way it doesn't fall through there again. And here's the second side, so got both clamps on, we're good. And it's as easy as that, to be honest with you. You're just gonna wanna go ahead and tighten up the clamps. Alright, I'm back, just a heads up. I did have to take off my Evo 10 blow-off valve and put the OEM one back on. So what would happen was, when I had the mesh, I was able to kind of pop this up and slide this underneath and route the hose. But now that this pipe is hard, you can't really move it, and this was getting in the way. So I did have to put this one back on, unfortunately, but for me, this is more important right now than this little recirculating valve. Alright, let me guys know down in the comments below. Some are clocked this way, right? And some are clocked that way. What's the difference? I was told that maybe this one's because this is from a GSR and the MRs route this way. If you guys know that answer, let me know down below. That way other people who stumble upon this video, watch it, they can get the same concept as well. But for now, rocking back to the OEM one, and yeah, let's go ahead, remove this bumper, and get that second half of that pipe installed. Alright, once you guys had all that stuff removed, like I showed you, all the bolts up here, all the bolts underneath the tray, the ones up on the sides. Alright, so you guys can't really tell, you still can't tell because it's super dark, but up here there's a 10 mil that hides up here. Now, I almost forgot again, but there's also two up here, 1, 2 that you need to remove. That way the grill can come off. And once you're done with that, all that's going to be left is popping out these sides. So when you do the sides, you guys need to ensure you don't break the little teeth that are in here. So when I'm saying remove the bumper, you're going to want to push up and pull outward. So here's the little teeth I was talking about. And if you guys can see right there, that's what latches on to the holes. That's why you want to push it up and pull out. So be careful that you do not break that. Alright, there you go. Once you have the bumper removed, you have access to this lower half of the upper intercooler pipe. So we're going to go ahead and bust this loose. Looks like 2 little Phillips. Basically holding that on. This is going to be either a 10 or 12 mil. I'll let you know in a second. Remembered correctly, so these are 12 millimeter bolts. And that's what you can use to remove that. So let's go ahead. That was simple. Pretty easy. Well, there's the pipe. Just got to get that coupling off. Alright, lower pipe. Looks pretty good. Go ahead and slap that on there. Connect the top. Quick look at the fitment. Everything is tight. It comes down. Here's your little coupling, your 2 clamps. And right down to your front mount. So fitment was okay. Since there wasn't no bracket here, you did kind of have to play around a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see, but on this pipe right here, there's a little line. I brought the coupling up to there, and that's how I was able to kind of get it all to fit hook and drive. So everything looks good. I'm gonna go ahead, put this back on just to see what the fitment is. Make sure this pipe can clear everything, which looks like it does. So you'll be good to keep this tray. I'm gonna go ahead and start up the car, and then I'll make sure there's no leaks as well. Whew, that kind of scared me. So you guys can see a little smoke. That is actually from WD-40 because I had to spray those nuts earlier, or those bolts earlier when I was trying to find that clamp. So other than that, I think we are good. Everything seems to hold up pretty well. So I'm trying to go ahead and put the bumper back on and take it for a spin. Well, there you have it. Car's back on the ground. Upper intercooler pipe installed. Thank you, Ultimate Racing. I'm gonna go ahead and close the hood and go ahead and take it for a spin. Make sure everything looks normal and call it a video. All right, back out here in the middle of nowhere. Got my mod shirt on, but so Ultimate Racing intercooler pipe, upper intercooler pipe installed. Gonna go ahead and do a couple revs for you, probably from the same angles as before. So here's one of them. And it's just me today, so I don't have a helper in there, so I can get you guys another point of view. And I don't have my tripod, so that's a bummer. However, on the drive down here, throttle response was a little bit better. Still feel the turbo kind of kick in about 35, so that's about the same too. I guess the only thing that's kind of different is it's a hard pipe and it doesn't balloon or expand under boost pressure. So that'll help out later on when you start increasing horsepower and everything like that, and increase boost. And like I said before, as I already noted, I do have the OEM blow-off valve still on there. On a side note, it's still smoking. I understand WD-40 is flammable, and I was doing some research online and everybody said it should be fine, it should just burn off. So hopefully that happens and my car doesn't catch on fire. If so, I guess I'll be Evo hunting. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but I love my car and put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this thing already, so I'd like to keep it. Other than that, that's all I really have today. If you guys happen to like this video, give it a thumbs up if it was informative. And yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys expect to see next. I'm starting to run out of ideas because since the warranty, I don't want to avoid that. So not too much more I can do. Other than that, I just want to say thanks for watching and continuing to support me. So thanks for watching again, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I did forget to mention, although I was leisurely kind of working today, it did take me about, sorry it's kind of dark, it did take me about an hour to an hour and a half to fully install everything. So that's bumper removal, finding that clamp that fell, and all that stuff. So if you really wanted to, you can probably get it done within an hour depending on your mechanic skills. Yeah, let me go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about as far as throttle response. Like a little bit delayed, pretty much the same as it was before. And let me go ahead and show you guys when boost usually kicks in. So it's about the same, 3200 range. Hold up, so I actually followed through with it, did a little run, and I was actually able to feel a difference with the boost. It didn't really die off towards a higher RPM, so big difference. So high-end speed, high-end boost, that's something that's definitely changed with the hard pipes.